how can I be their point one from I want to start a business to here are all the things that I need to do to make sure my business is doing what it needs to do correctly on the tax side of things.
Tell us a little bit about Complyant. Well, what is it? What's it do? Why is it
Yeah.
different?
Yeah, so a million years ago, when I was first looking at this idea in 2019, I had a handful of clients that really had gotten themselves in major tax holes, like hundreds of thousands of dollars owed, in some cases, some millions of dollars owed. People who had never paid tax ever in the history of the life of the company and were all of a sudden being audited. People didn't know what sales tax was. People were charging it and keeping it. It was just really bad chaos. And I kept asking everyone over and over, like, how did you know where to start? Like, who advised you, or where did you go, or how did you know what to do after you decided to become a business? And everyone was just like, we didn't. You just wait around for someone to, send you a notice or something, and then you deal with it when it comes in. But the problem was, like, by the time you get a tax notice, you're already years and years behind, and you owe way more money than you can afford to pay. So what I used to do in corporate was I would source tax research for new lines of business for large companies. So I took that expertise and all of that information that I've had over just working with different municipalities and governments across the years, and I just turned it into a technology platform, which was once a very manual process. So that's sort of how we got to the idea. It's like, how can I be their point one from I want to start a business to here are all the things that I need to do to make sure my business is doing what it needs to do correctly on the tax side of things. And that includes like budgeting, savings, all of it. So we took the helm of taking all of that tax research data and compounding it into a platform where a business just logs in, they give us some information about who they are and what they do, and then we return back to them all of the tax types that apply to their business, and we calendar them all out for them throughout the year. And then we give them some tidbits of information so they can save money and time, getting them through the end goal a lot quicker. And then from there, we bankrolled a few more things on top of that. So we added in tax budgeting so we can help the business start to think about how much to set to the side for each tax type that applies to them by quarter. And then we started thinking about, okay, now we know what to pay. Let's start putting the money away so that they can have the money to pay it when it's time to pay the bill, which got us to Tax Wallet, which is our third feature, which we try to help businesses sort of automatically save via deposit inflow and then putting that money in those envelopes at the appropriate amounts. And then when it's time to pay the bill, they've already got the money there. They don't have to worry about it. And so now we're getting into filing and paying for all different the 10 different types of tax types that apply to small businesses, which is different than other things because usually like TurboTax is income tax based, TaxJar is sales tax based. We cover them all.
So basically, it sounds like you guys are solving the problem of, I don't want to say ignorance, but just not knowing what's due, when it's
Yeah.
due, right? Getting that all together in a certain, calendar so that it says, hey, this is coming up, you're going to have to pay that. And then you've created on top of that
Yep.
some different ways to basically force save all of the, the different bills that they're going to have to pay. So at the end, they're not
Yep.
feeling it as much as it would be because you've been planning and saving all year.
Exactly right.